Well, yesterday, Optus CEO Kelly Bayer-Rosmarin announced her resignation after a nationwide blackout left 10 million customers without access to the internet and unable to receive calls or texts for up to 12 hours.
The telecommunications boss faced intense backlash for appearing to go missing during the network outage and failing to communicate adequately with customers. But it wasn't just what she said, it was how she said it. And today we're going to break down her body language to reveal all of the unspoken truth.
For more, we welcome back body language and communications expert Dr. Louise Mahler. Hello, Louise.
Hi, Louise.
You say the Optus CEO fell on her own sword. What do you mean?
Well, she did. She absolutely fell on her own sword. But was it her fault? The issue is that we underestimate these skills in a CEO role. So we're not prepared. We don't train in them. And also, I have to say, because she's a woman, we have extra scrutiny on her. So she fell on her sword. Yes, she did.
Not many of us or many of our viewers will face being in that situation.
Yeah.
But in relation to just handling a crisis, is this a lesson in what not to do?
It was a total lesson in what not to do. And I think people are confused about why. They look at it and they say, I don't quite see why. I know I didn't like it, but I don't know why. So let me explain that actually for head positions, when we listen, we need to keep the head upright and loose. What she did was she put it to one side, and the messages there are contempt. And then to put the head back is arrogance. And to seal the mouth is blockage, and all of this says defensiveness. And then in the voice goes, so people said crying. People don't understand that the throat will close under stress, and it closes because it doesn't tell the difference between drowning from water or drowning from emotion. The throat closes, but all of these things are curable. But worse than that was the what I call the framework that she used to address the issues, which was not one of giving empathy, but one of sympathy. I have apologised all day. My team have apologised all day. We understand. These are illegal things to say in that kind of crisis, and especially if you're looking defensive and the throat is closed. All of that shocking messages, it was a catastrophe. Whole thing.
OK, let's move on to the Danish Royals. So Crown Prince Frederik accused of an alleged affair. They're all just written up in magazines. What's your take from a body language expert point of view?
Yeah. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And I think that this has been in the media constantly, and I don't think it would have been constantly if there wasn't something there. Having said that, what we get are photographs, and the photographs all show that, you know, they're disconnected and he's looking at her and she's looking away. All photographs. But is that really what happens? You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Certainly colleagues around them are saying no comment, no comment. And I think if there wasn't something there, they might have said, don't be ridiculous, there's nothing there. So smoke, fire.
OK, so when we see those photos, next thing that happens, all eyes on Princess Mary.
Yeah.
How she handled this situation.
Princess Mary is magnificence personified. And can you believe that our Tassie girl, Mary, goes out and she understands body language. So she totally gets it. She holds it together all the time. She gives nothing away. So she knows about subtle messages. So apparently she wore a necklace with an F on it. Subtle message that says Frederik.
Frederik. Oh, OK.
F for Frederik. And that's her subtle message.
I'm sure she might have said F to Frederik.
She's elegant.
Your mum's watching, so I don't know. Yes, Karen.
Oh, look, she's magnificent. And she's held it together, given nothing away at all.
Yeah. OK.
Pat Cummins led Australia to that magnificent World Cup victory on Sunday night. His leadership, for some, was under pressure. How do you think he came through that?
These international teams and winning teams are so well coached. And what he said was positive, positive, positive. Everything's positive. I mean, picture it. You've got to go out there with 130,000 Indian people, all for the other team. The stress, and you've got to catch a ball. You know, if you threw me a ball now, I'd probably fumble it. That they have to keep their mindset together. And he did that. And he talked about, we want to leave the field with no regrets. And they think about it and they think, we don't want them to cheer for us because they won't. So he said, what we're aiming for is for the audience to be silent by our genius. And they were. This is very clever management of mantras, thinking, keeping positive to keep the team on board. So he did brilliantly.
Now, right up until the moment he had to get on stage, that awkward moment where he was waiting, left standing on his own for several minutes, agonising moments, waiting for the rest of the teammates to come on, is being dubbed, quote, the most awkward trophy presentation of all time.
Yeah.
Did it ruin a great moment, or was it just a magnificent human moment?
I think it didn't ruin the moment. Nothing could ruin the moment. I think it was hideously bad management from the people who organised it. And the issue for him was he could have held up the trophy and gone, yeah, except that Modi was down there greeting the team, and that's where the focus should have been. So he had no option just to stand there. It wasn't his fault, and it didn't ruin the moment.
So we forgive him for that.
Well, it's quite gorgeous because he's like there and like, he was
what
going...
do I do?
Yeah. Thank you. Lots to mull over there.
Covered a lot there, Louise. Lovely to see you.
Thank you.
We'll see you again. So I'm just trying to keep my head straight when I talk to you. Lovely to see you, Louise. Thank you. All right, soon for you. Do hangover